Hey, welcome to the Huntsville Hustle podcast. We're going to highlight some of the small business owners who are the backbone of the Rocket City. And we're going to kick off nonprofit week right now, nonprofit month rather, right now with one of my favorites. We're here with Ena and Warne, Heath, and they're the married couple behind Sleep in Heavenly Peace. If you haven't heard them, they're a local nonprofit. Make sure no child sleeps on the floor in our communities. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank
Thanks for
you for
having us.
having us.
Absolutely. Yeah, appreciate you guys coming on. Maybe people haven't heard, maybe they have. So if they don't know, what is Sleep in Heavenly Peace and what inspired you to start the Huntsville chapter?
Sleep in Heavenly Peace is a national 501c3 that delivers beds that they've built to kids aged 3 to 17 in the different communities that don't have a bed. That's the basic philosophy behind Sleep in Heavenly Peace. You know, it's estimated that 3% of any given population has kids that don't have beds. And we are trying to counteract that with a community effort.
So Marion and I have started the Madison County chapter of Sleep in Heavenly Peace. So the national organization is arranged by counties in different states. And there is an SHP chapter in every state, I believe now, and maybe Canada as well, and parts of Canada. But we're sort of confined to Madison County. So all that we do, the kids that we serve with our chapter are all within the boundaries of Madison County.
You don't think about it. Just the rest of us go through the day just taking our bed for granted, so to speak. We may enjoy sleep and things like that, but we've had a better whole lives, most of us. We don't think about that there's kids out there sleeping on the floor. So you guys decided to step in. How did the first one go? Kind of take me back to that very first, first build, that first family you helped. Take it back to the first one.
Well, first, I'll tell you how it got started here. When Kevin and Stephanie Wiesman, who were both active in the Huntsville City school systems, moved over to the Florence area, Stephanie started posting on Facebook, built 50 beds today. And I'd look at the picture and it would be a parking lot. And I finally texted her and said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Oh, it's the most amazing thing. You've got to get this going in Madison County." She told us about Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And Warren and I and Bill and Susan Sullins and Fred and Ann Kepner from Huntsville applied to start a chapter. We went out to Salt Lake City and were trained nationally. And then we came back here and developed a core team. And so we use Lowe's because Lowe's contributes so much of the lumber at a reduced rate and gives us a lot of benefits. And we also were blessed to get a warehouse, which is a block from UAH campus, donated by Joe and Rosemary Lee and Crown Properties. So we had our place and we had our connections, and we just started with volunteers and trained them. And then we waited, and we didn't have to wait long before we got applications. Our very first bed applicant is still in touch with us today, and we still remember her. We've got a video that we'll give you that shows her reaction to getting beds and what her situation was, but we still remember her. One thing that she said, totally unscripted, was SHP delivers more than beds. SHP delivers hope. And that just nailed it for us. And that was it was 3 years ago in 2022. And since that time, we have delivered over 2,500 beds in this area. And we're just keeping on. We try to deliver about anywhere from 20 to 30 beds a week. And there's always a waiting list, and we try to get that waiting list served as soon as we can.
Man, that is incredible. 2,500 beds, 2,500 kids that were sleeping on the floor and have their own bed now. I can't imagine how special it is for those little guys and girls. So.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I'm a married person. Me and my wife are very different people. So I'm kind of wondering, you guys do this together. What's that like? Is there some kind of the vision person and the get it done person? How does that kind of work between you guys?
I was going to say that you asked about the vision person and the get it done person. That's Mariana for both of those. But I help her. I'm the co-president, but she was the inspiration behind getting it started here. She really is the head of our chapter. But, we have a good team. We have a really good core team. And, we're blessed to have connections across Huntsville and across Madison County. I mean, we have former Mayor Steve Hettinger. We have current Mayor Tommy Battle. We have, some industry leaders that are very involved, some retired people who you would know if I've named them all. And so we got off to a really good start with a good core team.
Also, back in the day, I'm from Athens, Warren's from Scottsboro, and when we were in high school, I was most original for Who's Who, and he was most cooperative. Those go well together, and they always have. We've enjoyed working on things and building things together all our married life.
So she figures it out, and I do what she needs me to do.
But as he said, we've got a great core team
we
too. We have a core exec team of about 12 people, and then we have volunteers, 75 volunteers. And we have delivery leads, and we have leads that work on the different areas in the bed build. The bed build is what we're building is components of a twin bed, a new twin bed. And so we start with raw lumber from Lowe's, and we saw it to the specified sizes that National has designed, so that if you went to a bed build here, or you went to one in Austin, Texas, or you went to one in Utica, New York, you'd have a similar experience, and the result would be the same as far as what you're producing. And from that raw lumber, we have 3 lines of building. One of them is the slats, one of them is the side rails, and one of them is the headboards. And so people all along those lines are working, doing different jobs. And then we have sanding at the end, and after that we have staining. So they all go out. Well, now let me back up. We have branding. Every bed gets an SHP brand, and that's always fun. People like to do that. And then we stain them with a simple vinegar and wool, steel wool, that prevents bed bugs and also takes the raw color off. And then they're ready to go, and we deliver them. It only takes 8 bolts to put a bed together. When we deliver a brand new bed, a brand new mattress, brand new bedding, brand new pillow, and we usually have a lovey and a stuffed animal that we throw in too.
So we just keep in our inventory all the component parts. Then the delivery, you load up the pieces of the bed, however many beds you're going to deliver, and you take them and you assemble them at the house. And typically, more often than not, some of the kids are there. The kids that are going to have these beds, we like to get them involved if they want to. They can help us drive the bolts in and put the bed together and all that. Mm-hmm. So you kind of get to know the kids and the family a little bit while you're there. But but that's something else that Mary Ena coordinates. She vets everyone who applies for a bed. She talks to them directly on the phone, and before we ever go out to deliver the bed.
And so what they get is either a twin bed or a bunk bed, depending on how many children they have. And I do check with each one of them. We see what their the sleeping conditions are, and how many kids there are, and what their ages are. What we don't ask is how much money they make, or why they might have a big TV, but their kid doesn't have a bed. We don't ask any of those questions. We ask their age, 3 to 17, and we ask, are they in their own bed? And we go from there.
And you do not have to have skills to be able to help out at one of these build days. I have zero skills. I'll be able to show up, and they'll teach you on the spot what to do. They'll put you to work. Yeah. They'll find something that you can do. And the branding is very fun, by the way. I'd never done that before. Very fun. So
yes.
Good. So yeah, if you get a chance, you see one of those things, there's a bed build going on with SHP, get involved. I guarantee there's something you can do to be a small part in that child's bed getting built that day.
That's right.
Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. It's actually a lot of fun. Everyone's in a good mood. Everyone's in there hanging out. And you'll switch jobs around. You're not doing the same thing the whole time. So it's a lot of fun. And they knock out these beds. How much can you do in a typical bed build day?
We start about, let's say if the bed builds is on Saturday morning, we have an orientation at 9, and people get out there shortly thereafter. And by 11:15, you're sweeping up sawdust in your area, and you've built maybe 45, 55 beds.
Yeah, once it gets going, it goes pretty quickly. Like you pointed out, we don't waste anything. Very little is wasted. We reuse the stain. We put it back in the tubs when we're done with the staining for a day. The little pieces of scrap lumber that we have when we cut the lumber for the component parts, we use those in the burn cans to heat up the branding iron. So it's kind of neat. I like the way that we really don't waste much of anything. Of course, none of us get paid anything. We're not being paid to do anything. It's all volunteer. And that kind of leads back to what I wanted to say about it's a community issue, a community problem. This bedlessness for little kids, they can't help it if they don't have a bed. Well, we can help them. We can go put a bed in their house, but it's a community solution to that problem too. And so part of the mission is give a kid that doesn't have a bed to sleep in, have their own bed so they can be rested and ready to go to school in the morning and all that sort of stuff. The other part of it, though, is it's a chance for people and families. We see a lot of parents bring their children to the bed builds. It's a chance to work with a bunch of nice people, like-minded people who want to do something good, expecting absolutely nothing in return other than the satisfaction that you've helped somebody that needed help. And it's really a good group. Every one of the bed builds we've had, we have met new friends and people. A lot of them will return and come back and help us later. So it's a lot of fun. So it's kind of a two. We're blessed in doing it, and of course the kids are blessed in getting the beds.
It's an impressive operation. It's a well-oiled machine. I love to show up, and hey, we're working, baby. You're not gonna be standing around. I love to show up. If I'm gonna volunteer, I want to be doing something, and that's exactly what you'll do there, and you'll be able to help out. So, how many typically do you take volunteers? How many show up on a build?
Well, we usually have about 40 to 50. And the last build we had 92, which pretty much filled everything that we had. We moved some things outside to make room for that many. But we usually, anywhere from 40 to 60 is a good number. We can do it with less than that. You just might not make quite as many beds, but, we make it work. These are sponsored by small groups, churches, businesses. They pay $250 a bed. Our minimum is 20 beds. So that's $5,000 for a build. And then they get first shot at the volunteers, and they can have as many as they want to come. Some places say, well, I think we may only have about 18 or 20. And we say, that's okay. Either you can share with another group, split the cost and split the volunteers, or you can sponsor the whole thing, and then we will get you people to volunteer to help, because there are always people that are maybe not in a group or not in a business that could sponsor a bill, but they want to volunteer. And so we plug them in to sponsored bed builds. We also, as a chapter, sponsor some bills called community bills. For example, we always have a bill on Juneteenth every year. And that one is open to whoever signs up until it's filled. We sometimes will try to have one or two others like that, but it's kind of hard to, because we have so many people that want to sponsor bills, and we can't work our core people to death. We want them to keep coming back. So we try to find that sweet spot where we've got enough bills to get beds out, we're not wearing anybody out, and people are coming back.
I'm sure that's the voice of experience kind of talking. You figure it out as you go, kind of deal. So what did you guys do as professions before you got involved in this?
Well, let's see. First, I was a teacher, and Warren was an A-10 pilot in the Air Force. And then we both went to law school, and we both were lawyers here in Huntsville. And I'm still just cutting back. I only work very little now because we've got some grandchildren to take our place. And this one just retired September 1st. He was general counsel for Huntsville Utilities after being at Bradley A-Rant for almost 30 years.
Congratulations, you made it.
Thank you. So far, so good.
Yeah.
She hasn't kicked me out of the house yet, so I think it's going okay.
But he's wearing me out. What projects? Oh, my gosh.
That's awesome. You guys make a great team, like I said. I just want to say, I think that kind of shows, and when you show up, that your teacher part comes out and you get people organized. The lawyer has got that everything laid out. I think that helps to have something like this for sure. So, as an organization right now, what's the biggest needs you have as you grow?
When we went for training, they did ask us, what do you think will be your biggest need? And I said, because I've been involved in fundraising here and chairing, some nonprofits, I said, funds.
Finding sponsors.
And they said, no, that's not it at all. They will come. It's making sure that you have volunteers that want to keep coming back. And so that's important to us. We want to make sure that the people that are interested, it's not always just a one-off, that they do want to come back. But we always, always have need for bedding. I mean, we were just out the warehouse yesterday, and we have about 40 bedding sets for women, for girls, and about 20 for guys. But that's only going to last us 2 weeks, maybe, or 3 weeks.
About 150 beds.
Yeah.
Hardware ready to go. So
Right.
we're lacking bedding. We have plenty of mattresses,
Right.
the bedding material, the sheets and the pillows and stuff.
Right. So what we need is new. We take everything new twin bed in a bags or comforters and twin sheets and new pillows. And they don't have to be fancy pillows. We get pillows at Kohl's or at home for $4. And they work just fine for kids. They're happy with them, and we are too. But there's always that need for the bedding.
Yeah. And it has to be new bedding.
Right.
We're not allowed to take, pillows and sheets and things that people are discarding. So it's all new. We open the package at the house, and it's obvious that this is a brand new mattress, pillow, and bedding for the bed.
We don't want any talk of bed bugs that we're bringing in.
Yeah.
Everything's new.
Don't blame me. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's a fantastic though. I think that's something very doable. A lot of us can do. If you can't show up for a bed build, hey, get you a few pillows. Drop off a few pillows, some bedding.
And
you can be
we
involved.
do. You can drop them off at Latham Church on Weatherly. You can drop them off at Huntsville First United Methodist Church on Green Street. And we also have a post office box, and I can give you that to post the address for. And sometimes I'll just find it on our front porch too. The warehouse doesn't have anybody there when we're not there, so it's not a place to receive that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, they can get involved somehow, some way. I definitely. So I want to get people know the people behind the scenes a little bit. So we're going to do the rapid fire section right here. Get people to know you guys a little bit more. So what's your favorite local restaurant?
Woo. My favorite local restaurant is West End Grill.
I don't know if this is local, but I think my favorite restaurant is Mildred's up in Ardmore. The Mildred's Buffet is fantastic. If you're on the way to Nashville, you hadn't tried Mildred's, give it a shot. They're good.
There you go. We got to go try it now. Go hit that buffet. So what's your favorite movie you guys watch together more than once?
I would say any James Bond movie. Especially Goldfinger.
Goldfinger, maybe.
And the first Austin Powers.
All right. I like it. What's one thing you always agree on?
I think we always have agreed on, and this is kind of a general answer, but we have agreed on our approach to the kids, to raising our children. Responsibility, a certain amount of freedom, discipline, whatever we've tried to do. And we shared that. Her family and my family were pretty similar, I think. And so I think we've done a good job of agreeing on the basics of what we need to do with our kids, to sort of get them started in the right way.
Hey, I think that's important. You got to be on the same page with that for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And not everybody is, but we have been.
Yeah. You got to get that united front for sure.
Yeah.
How about what's something you would never tend to agree on?
Well,
garlic and onions in a recipe. She loves it. I don't.
True. And also how important it is to wake up to see a sunrise.
Oh yeah. I love
or stay up to see the sunset.
When the sun's
early
coming up.
morning, late morning.
Yeah.
I mean late at night.
If it's a beautiful sunrise, I'll wake her up. Look at that sunrise.
He did that a lot our
She's
first year
thrilled.
Until I finally said, it's okay if I miss those.
Hey, morning people. They're different. I know.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm one of those people. So what's the best vacation you ever went on?
Well, every summer with our kids and our niece and nephew, we went to Sandy Key at the beach. And that was after going to camp here and then taking the kids. And that was always special.
Yeah.
But recently and I'm thinking only of our family things, not just for me and Warren, but this past New Year's, we went to Pigeon Forge, to this place called the Ena at Christmas place. It's decorated Christmas all year long with the kids. And we have a son and a daughter, and we have 7 grandchildren and are 6 grandchildren, and we're having another one in April. And so we got everybody together there, and that was fun. But now Warren and I have taken a lot of trips that we like too. We're leaving soon for Scotland, so we're trying to get several little and big trips in.
That's it. Go see the world. See as many places you can see. Yeah, that's it. So if you have a young couple come to you and ask, what's one piece of advice you give to me? We just got married. What's one piece of advice you give them?
Let's see. I think I would say for what I learned was I don't have to win every argument. Everything doesn't have to be played out to a win.
I thought you always won every argument.
No,
Now, I think I would say, again, sort of a big picture answer, respect as an undergirding of your relationship. You're when you marry, you're usually pretty young, not always, but if you're young, as you said, a young couple, you're going to grow and change and develop as you grow together through your life. It's really important to maintain a level of honest respect for the other spouse. That sort of is the glue, and that's something that is earned, I think, but also you have to be intentional about it and show respect. Honestly, respect your life's partner because you're in it for the long haul, and that, to me, I think that's been part of our
right.
successful marriage is respect.
I remember I saw a cartoon years ago, and it was the magician and the magician's assistant and talking to a divorce lawyer, and the assistant said, "He has ceased to amaze me."
The wife saying that.
Well, the assistant, I guess they were
Yeah,
married.
she's the assistant.
But talking about the magician, and I mean, I'll just have to say, this one has not yet ceased to amaze me. There's always something there, and that's a lot of fun. I think young couples ought to be looking for that. You ought to find ways to be amazed, no matter what point you're in.
It's awesome. Even after all these years,
I think
great.
we tend to find what we're looking for. So you need to look for the right things. You'll find the right things. If you're looking for bad stuff, you'll probably find that. So it's kind of a simple answer, but you find what you're looking for. Look for the good stuff.
Hey, might as well. Why choose the other side, right? And I think you're right. I mean, I think that's a perfect advice. Just start with respect. Let's work out from there. So I think if you do that, you're going to be all right, kids. So
absolutely.
I know people are thinking, hey, I want to volunteer. I want to donate. I want to sponsor. How can they get involved? How can they find more about you guys?
Right. Well, the national website is shpbeds.org. And if you go there and if you want to do /apply, that's how somebody would apply for a bed. If they do /volunteer, they'll find volunteer opportunities. If they want to donate, it's shpbeds.org /donate. But once they get on the website and start trying to look around, they can find our chapter, and it has our contact information, which is my cell phone and our email. And they can just get in touch and see what's going on and see how their group can volunteer to deliver beds. I mean, we're going to have several delivery blitzes, we call them, where we all get together and deliver beds on an afternoon, a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday morning, or even sometimes a weekday morning, because we have some core leads that are retired that can work on the weekdays too. So they might be wanting to deliver beds as well as build them. Get in touch with us and let us know.
Man, I think that's awesome. You guys want to get involved. I'm telling you, you got to go take part in the build day. You'll have a great time. You will want to come back. So you guys done a great job about that, getting repeat volunteers. And I just have so much respect for people that say somebody should do something and they become that somebody. You could have easily heard about all those kids sleeping on the floor like, man, that's a shame, and go on about your day. You got involved, and there's no telling how many kids are going to end up in beds just because you guys, kind of broke your heart for something that you saw needed to happen in the world. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you. But it is a group effort too. Yeah. And I mean, we're a praying chapter. We hope that we're building the kingdom as well.
Absolutely. Be in the hands and feet for sure. So, hey, if you guys are listening right now or watching this, please share this episode. Somebody needs to know about getting involved. Maybe they know a kid that needs a bed, something they need to know about sleep in heavenly peace. Share this episode, share the website, share some links with them, whatever it takes. Appreciate you guys listening. We'll see you guys next week on the Huntsville Hustle podcast.
Thank you so
much.
Thanks, Joe.